Royal Rumble 2024 is round the corner, and with the recent boom and good news happening in the WWE, this could be set to be one of the most iconic Royal Rumbles ever, leading to the grand old WrestleMania 40. We're on the road to WrestleMania, people. Let's get into these predictions. Now, the fact that this Royal Rumble only has 4 matches on the card, I just think it's absolutely incredible. Like, we are truly long gone from the days of, 5 to 6 hour pay-per-views when it comes to WWE. It's short, it's concise, and it's to the point. Like, let's really blow off some of these feuds and really see, who's gonna make it to that main event of WrestleMania. Now, granted, obviously, the Royal Rumble matches are gonna be the best part of 1 hour to 1 hour 20 minutes-ish, both of them, men and women's. And then we've got 2 other matches on the card, which we're gonna start the predictions with today. To kick us off, let's start with Logan Paul defending the United States Championship against Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens is becoming synonymous with the Royal Rumble and putting on an absolute barn burner of a match every time there's a Royal Rumble pay-per-view. They have been so good over the years, everything that Kevin Owens has been involved in at the Rumble, and I don't think this is going to be any different. Logan Paul has shown that this guy has the ability of the WWE superstar. He fits perfectly, he meshes so well with everything in the WWE, and I think him and Kevin Owens are going to give us a fantastic match. I think we're going to get a match that's going to last maybe the best part of 20-25 minutes, which it's something in the WWE landscape. Like, let's be honest, they don't tend to have matches go on for like a very long time. So I think we're gonna get a real good match between these two. Obviously, Kevin Owens' arm that's now out of the brace because he took it off on SmackDown to basically show Logan Paul that, I'll wrestle this match without it. That's gonna be a determining factor, but Logan Paul has a knockout punch of his own. So that's definitely going to play into, I guess the finish of this match, or, Kevin Owens' arm. Maybe, we might see Logan Paul win with some type of arm bar or some type of submission move, which Kevin Owens can't take the pain anymore. Maybe passes out from the pain. Who knows how they're going to do it. I think Logan Paul is going to retain the United States Championship. I think he is set for a WrestleMania match against LA Knight for that title, and maybe that's where we crown a new United States champion. Let's talk about the fatal 4-way for the WWE Undisputed Championship. Roman Reigns defending the title against LA Knight, AJ Styles, and Randy Orton. Now, this match, before it was announced it would be a fatal 4-way, looked like we were going down the road of Roman Reigns versus Randy Orton. And I think a lot of people were happy with that. Randy Orton obviously recently returned from injury, and, just another big name for Roman to have on his CV, which he will inevitably beat. Now, I think after SmackDown the past week, a lot of people still want to see Roman versus Randy Orton in a singles capacity. But of course, we have LA Knight that was shafted by the Bloodline back in Saudi Arabia in November, and AJ Styles, who also was taken out by the Bloodline last year in 2023. Randy Orton, of course, was also taken out and put on the shelf by the Bloodline. So, these men all have a gripe against Roman and the Bloodline. I think this fatal 4-way match is going to be absolutely chaotic. Like, it's going to be crazy. Of course, being a fatal 4-way means it is non-disqualification. So, we may see the Bloodline rear their heads and get involved here, which I guess then makes this a very repetitive type match, with Roman's defenses. The Bloodline always tend to get involved. But, I think the fact it is 4 men here, Roman bringing the Bloodline in, bringing Solo, bringing in Jimmy, those men could go up against the Bloodline even as a joint capacity, at least in the short term, to extinguish the Bloodline, and then they go back to fighting each other for the title. I do think that, Roman Reigns will retain here. I think he's marching on into WrestleMania as the undisputed champion. Will we see The Rock? That is a question a lot of people are saying. Will The Rock turn up to kind of, show Roman he's still around, he's still kind of looking at this position at the head of the table. Will The Rock show up? I don't know. I think it's really down to the placement of this match. If this is the main event of the entire show, then probably The Rock shows up afterwards. If this is like, in the middle of the show or opens the show, maybe The Rock doesn't show up. I think it's one of those situations. But yeah, Roman Reigns for me is going to retain this title, and yeah, onwards and upwards into WrestleMania. All right, let's talk about the Women's Royal Rumble match. 30 women are going to compete for the opportunity to main event WrestleMania. Now, I'm going to split this into two. I think there's only truly two names that can win this. The honorary mention, I guess, is Nia Jax, who they've built very, very well, but I don't think Nia Jax is winning the Royal Rumble. I'll just say it plain and simple like that. I'm going to say first, Becky Lynch is my number 2 pick. I think Becky Lynch has had a really, really solid last 12 months. She's done great stuff in NXT, great stuff with the Trish storyline, although it did last probably a bit too long. And, you know, she's kind of helped to put over new talent. She's helped to put over returning talent in Nia Jax. Becky Lynch has been spinning her wheels somewhat for the last few weeks, and she is definitely a name that you can see winning this Rumble, going on to have a match at WrestleMania with Rhea Ripley. They have been teasing Rhea Ripley and Becky Lynch over the past year. I think that will still be the WrestleMania match, but Becky might have to find another means to get there. But yeah, for me, I don't think Becky Lynch is the correct person to win the Rumble. It will make her a 2-time Royal Rumble winner. I just don't think like they need to make Becky win the Rumble to get to Rhea Ripley. Like I said, I think Rhea is going to be her WrestleMania match. I just think they could do it in another way. Maybe through the Elimination Chamber or something. But yeah, for me, it is not Becky Lynch. For me, the Women's Royal Rumble winner of 2024 is and has to be Bayley. I think Bayley is absolutely phenomenal. I think she's an unsung hero in the WWE. Damage Control started off not as hot as maybe they should have been, but picked up a lot of steam late last year with the additions of Kairi Sane and Asuka. I think those two are going to go on and win Tag Team Gold very, very soon. And then Bayley will be left as the only active member of Damage Control that doesn't have a title. I think she wins the Royal Rumble for the storyline purposes. Maybe there's even like a calamity within the Royal Rumble where she eliminates members of Damage Control, maybe an Asuka or someone, and that maybe starts the turn of getting her pushed out of Damage Control. But she should surely win the Rumble to facilitate the title match at WrestleMania between her and Io Sky. She can tease Rhea Ripley as much as she wants. I don't think anyone believes that would be the match if she goes and wins the Royal Rumble. She has to go after Io Sky to bring down Damage Control ultimately. And I think just apart from that, she is, you know, like I say, an unsung hero. She is, you know, a member of the 4 Horsewomen of WWE, and it would be a great honor if she can kind of fill out another accolade that she has never done in terms of winning the Royal Rumble. I probably think that's the last one left. She's done everything else. She's won all the titles. She's, you know, won Money in the Bank. So yeah, she's got to win a Royal Rumble to get that on her CV. And Bayley is, yeah, she's my pick to win the Women's Royal Rumble. Now for the Men's Royal Rumble, again, I split it into 2 main choices who it could be. Cody Rhodes, I'll go with my number 2. I don't think Cody should win the Royal Rumble. I don't think he needs it. I think that'll be giving him too much. I think he's still going to, you know, get the match against Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. Let's just get there another way. You know, he doesn't need to win the Royal Rumble 2 years in a row. I think that kind of diminishes the Royal Rumble to some degree. And I know people have done it in the past. Austin won it 2 years in a row. I just don't think Cody Rhodes should win it 2 years in a row. It makes the Royal Rumble look easy. Like, how has he triumphed over, you know, in essence, 30 men 2 years in a row? But he couldn't even beat Roman and the Bloodline at WrestleMania last year. You see what I mean? So I think Cody Rhodes should get there via another means, but I know he is a heavy favorite. He needs to finish his story. He needs to win that championship. I believe all of that stuff. I just don't think he should do it via the Royal Rumble. So my pick to win the Men's Royal Rumble is, of course, CM Punk. CM Punk returning to the company 10 years later after leaving at the Royal Rumble and winning it in 2024. I just think it writes itself. It's just one of those things. His whole MO is that he wants to main event WrestleMania. And this is how he gets there. It's as simple as that. By, you know, the end of the weekend, we will know CM Punk is probably main eventing, probably night 1 of WrestleMania. And I think he goes up against Seth Rollins. And I think Seth Rollins should retain the title. And, you know, maybe you do a cash-in afterwards or whatever the case is. But I don't think CM Punk should win the title, but I definitely think he wins the Royal Rumble. Now, if it wasn't for that whole story, would I have CM Punk win the Royal Rumble? I don't know. I think the field is so good. You know, honorary mentions to people like Drew McIntyre, Gunther, that you think, you know, they should definitely have a say in this. Should probably form some type of final four within the Rumble with Cody and Punk as well. But CM Punk is probably nailed on to win this Royal Rumble. That could be a big, you know, ending sequence for the whole Royal Rumble pay-per-view, with his music going off, pyro going off, him pointing to the WrestleMania sign. This is what he wanted to achieve. They've given it to him straight away. Main event of WrestleMania. And yeah, he goes on and has his title match. I don't know if I would wholeheartedly want that, you know, if I was booking it myself, but I don't think it's a bad idea. I honestly am up for anyone winning this Rumble apart from Cody. Although, like I said, I want Cody to go on and finish the story this year at WrestleMania as well. So those are my picks for the 2024 Royal Rumble. I want to hear what you guys have to say. Do you agree with any of my picks? I think, you know, it's probably quite straightforward. You know, everyone should probably do well in terms of predicting this Rumble. There are only a few names to pick from. So, yeah, it's going to be a really good pay-per-view. The singles matches and the multi-man match, and then, of course, the 2 Rumble matches. Going to be crazy. Let me know your picks down below in the comments. And if you like today's video, please hit the like button, give us that thumbs up. I'd appreciate it. And if you're new to the channel, welcome to the channel. My name's Mex. I make videos on WWE and AEW. So if this sounds like something for you, make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you get notified every time I upload a new video. WrestleManiac UK signing out, and I'll see you soon. That booty shaking on the west.